때까지 새로운 전설을 만들어가고 있는 LCK. 우리는 LCK 10년의 역사를 통해서 많은 것을 배워왔고 최고의 선수와 최상의 e스포츠 문화를 만들어감과 동시에 또다시 앞으로의 10년을 향해 나아갑니다. 오리진 앤 퓨처 2022 LCK 스프링 스플릿 지금부터 시작합니다. 번째 황금길은 지금 우리를 향해 다가오고 있음을 확신합니다, 여러분.
저는 제 실력에 대한 믿음이 있거든요.
새로운 팀원들과 새로운 마음으로 제대로 보여드리겠습니다. T1의 주축인 만큼 팀원들을 잘 이끌어서
LCK의 새 시대를 만들어 가겠습니다. 제가 갖고 있는 모든 것들을 쏟아서 정리할 겁니다.
올해는 꼭 이뤄내겠습니다.
이번 농심 누가 봐도 강팀인데 이젠 제가 없잖아요.
제가 LCK죠.
이번 농심 누가 봐도 강팀인데 이젠 제가 없잖아요.
제가 LCK 최고의 서포트라 생각해요.
이번 시즌 정말 미친 듯이 쏟아붓겠습니다.
달라진 DRX 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
작년 결과는 아쉬웠는데
어느 때보다도 자신 있습니다.
LCK로 다시 돌아온 만큼
기억에 남는 미드라이너가 되겠습니다.
탑으로 포지션 변경을 하게 됐는데
최고라는 타이틀 제가 가져오겠습니다.
올해도 새로운 동료들과 함께 찢어버리겠습니다.
저희는 여기서 안주하지 않을 거고요. 이번 우승도 저희가 꼭 가져가도록 하겠습니다.
And we were just going to be trading, of course, some spell thief edge stacks, you know, and the like, and that's just how it's going to be.
Oh, Deft getting a bit aggressive here. Is Envy just going to blow up Deft? Grabbing first blood and instantly breaks the game as we lives through quite a lot. And so he's just going to be weathering the storm as best he can. Envy now could be in a bit of trouble here as Beryl does have the ultimate. He's holding on to it for a little while. That's a beautiful Captain Jack there from Envy. Has now got a battle on the bottom side as well. Pyosik going to have to use the ult to get himself out of the way, and in the meantime, Envy's dead again. Do we have a pause? No, we don't. We instead have a fight here towards the bottom side. Croco gets exhausted. Kingen almost able to get this one back as Zeka, not exactly what he wanted.
And was very upset about it, but this was the really nice cleanse that you mentioned, Captain Jack here from Envy, so he did escape here, bought some extra time. But I think the bigger story here really is what's going down on the bottom side of the map, as that was a beautiful flash forward there to grab ult. But what happens down here is it takes way too long here for Liv Sandbox to actually capitalize on their advantage on the bottom side because Syndra doesn't have control of the mid wave. So this is actually a 2v2 where Liv Sandbox can buy an incredible amount of time. And, you know, obviously, eventually,
like, yeah,
he dies. But, like, he has Vampiric Scepter and he's going to live very long and almost takes Dove out.
Yep, Dove, I believe.
Still at this point in the game, extremely powerful is Envy.
Yeah, he's going to get stunned up. Kale is here to try and help him out as the ult comes forward, as Envy is just dead. Not a lot that they could do about that one as the ult comes through from Pyosik. Now going to be transforming, does manage to get that reset as we saw. Croco now taking so much damage, and Pyosik eventually flashes his way out, but he'll be able to pick up the kill with the help of Beryl, and now Kale is just a cat on a book with nowhere to go.
Back, and so Dove isn't able to make anything happen. Well,
yeah, Kingen has to be a bit careful here. Has pops the ghost, wants to get that quick draw over the wall, is going to ult to do it. Gets over there, but he will be collapsed on. Liv Sandbox get themselves one kill. Can they get themselves more? Because
that's not true, I don't think. I hope not.
No, I've only got a hover hand picture with Coma. That's the only one I've got. As Croco's going to start up this fight, save us from that conversation. Going to be able to get the ult out of Pyosik to start things off as Liv Sandbox are committing to this one. Realm Warp looking to try and get Zephyr out, but it's not going to work. And the last bullet will secure the death of the Rise. DRX possibly back into a position where they can make something work, but Deft's going to take way too much damage. Not going to get slowed down by the Prowling Projectile, and Wind becomes Lightning, not going to connect onto Kingen, as that is going to be just a pick. But
he's just going to get the blast plan.
Bring around the Rosie is, yep, both of them now trying to get in. So another spin comes through from Dove. Diving on top of Kingen here as he dashes over the wall, has to wait out the ultimate, and it's not going to be enough as Dove grabs himself the solo kill theoretically, but there is a Jhin that got an assist, so technically not. You can see Pyosik taking a little bit of poke here as he's going to get stunned up by Closer. The ult comes through and he's just exploded. Chain CC is beautiful in the final chapter now onto Beryl, trying to keep them in position, but it's a double kill for Envy. Liv Sandbox, they might be doing it. They might be making the comeback happen as Zeka waiting in the brush here on top of Vision from Liv Sandbox. But this should be a Baron, right? He's taking away the jungler.
Now, there's no way. I mean, Velios can't come in here. It looks like he wants to try to maybe set up for a trade here, at least with the Drake, but that is not a trade you want to take here as DRX. This is actually an incredible position now for Liv Sandbox. They can actually control these waves. All that extra gold you've been talking about in those standing turrets will go over them. We will very likely see a gold lead swing to Liv Sandbox in.
They are going to be able to get at least bottom side of the river Vision, and Beryl should be able to keep them alive while this poke does rain through. Look at Envy's positioning. Great scatter of the week there to get a bit of a stun. Pyosik taking a bit of damage, but remember, sustain on both sides. We'll see when the engage is actually going to come through. Dove looking for that flank. Kingen now getting up into position. Dove, though, coming from the side. I don't think they have any idea, and he's ghosting on in. He's looking for Zeka, but he's going to go golden immediately. Dove straight taken down to the ultimate, but the Rise is just sniped from the back line. Envy doing some work now as Closer's going to go golden, avoids the collateral damage. It's a double kill for Envy once again, but now it's Deft's turn to start popping off. Croco looks for it, but doesn't quite get there, and now Kingen trying to run around 3 people. Deft, can he stay alive is going to be the question. The answer is absolutely not, as Dove comes on forward and pops him, and Liv Sandbox win themselves another fight. That's an ace. That should be the Ocean Soul. Certainly proving to be a fantastic choice for Liv Sandbox as they take themselves the mid inhibitor turret. The bot lane one's going to fall down as well as now Croco diving on forward. They look for the final chapter and they get it as Pyosik tries to find his way out. The exhaust immediately, but the whirling death is there. The Tryndamere just dives on top. Deft is dead as well, and Liv Sandbox are going to push for the victory here in game number 1. And oh my god, it was not the game I was expecting. What a banger between DRX and Liv Sandbox. Liv Sandbox staying tenacious and keeping themselves in it. They'll even grab another kill onto King in here to wrap it all up as the Nexus falls down.
Very impressive turnaround. I joked the biggest comeback of the season so far.